Hi, my name is Ray. I'm one of the instructors for marine engineering at Humber Maritime College. I'm going to spend a bit of time with Sarah, one of our first year marine engineering students, and we're going to talk a little bit question answers about our careers, hopes, dreams and ambitions. So Sarah, marine engineering, it's not the most mainstream of careers.
I left college after doing engineering for 2 years. I found that I enjoyed it. I didn't want to go to uni, and so I told my mum that I didn't want uni and I didn't want a normal 9 to 5 job. So she recommended me joining the Merchant Navy. At the time, I didn't know what that was, so I googled it, and Humber Maritime College is what came up. And I liked it, so I applied, and thank God I got in. And I also look forward to the hope of traveling, because that's been what I wanted to do for a while.
That's one of the things that ships do, is they definitely travel. And it also means that you can point the finger at your mother later because she's the one that suggested it. Good call. So what did you actually know about the Merchant Navy before you decided to pursue your research?
I knew nothing of the Merchant Navy. I hadn't even heard of it, but I'm glad I came here.
So what did you discover about the different aspects of the different shipping types and things like that? Was that a factor that made you think, wow, there's a lot, or
Well, my mainstream interest was engineering, and well, again, the fact that you could travel and that the working hours and the job aspects were not the same from day to day was what interested me.
Okay, cool, good. So as far as HMC, Humber Maritime College, what are the aspects that you're currently enjoying? I know you're only in your first year and you've been with us 7-8 months now.
Yes.
So what is it particularly that you find appeals to you about the course?
I enjoy the practical side and the theoretical side. We do get time in workshop. We do also get time on simulators. And at the moment, I'm enjoying the sort of the sciencey part, the electrical principles, dynamics, thermodynamics. That is what appeals to me.
Good. It's fair to say there's a broad spectrum of what we have to train you guys in, from the hanging on a spanner all the way through to producing pieces of heavy duty pipe work on the practical aspects, ripping engines apart, and then a vast amount of science, so you understand the principles between what you're working on. So it's good that you've got a spread of enjoyment on both. So long term, where do you want to be?
I do aspire to become chief one day.
Chief engineer?
Yes.
And what particular sorts of vessels do you think that you want to work on presently?
Presently, I would very much like to work on a ferry.
Okay. And after that, can you see you starting and ending your career working on ferries, or is there another type of vessel that also appeals?
If given the opportunity, which I'm sure I will be, I would like to go and explore, and maybe deep sea, maybe cruise.
Maybe deep sea, maybe cruise. All very different arms with all their own different challenges as well. Okay. Sarah, thank you very much for your open and candid responses. Have you got anything you'd like to ask me?
What has your experience in the Merchant Navy been?
Mine's mainly been the offshore arms since I left the army as a marine engineer, but then I went offshore. The benefits of that is still a vast array of vessels, different sizes, different configurations. So diving and drilling were particularly interesting. Some of the drilling ships are absolutely huge. The diving ships, it's such a tight community on board, and there's always constant awareness that 80 meters beneath the ship is a little bubble of air with 3 divers that need your support from the top to do their job. It's fair to say that you've got a heightened awareness at all times when those divers are down there. and that was particularly rewarding, I'd say. It was enjoyable from the aspect that you felt like you'd done a good job. And in relation to doing a good job, if you've ripped apart a large piece of machinery for an overhaul, and then you press that button and it starts up and it performs exactly as it's designed to do, with no leaks, nothing wrong with it at all, that's really, really good. You may have a short time scale. We've got 10 days in port and you've got to change the main bearings on a main engine. You know, you work hard, and then the reward of pressing the button and seeing it turn over and start is phenomenal. There's nothing like it at all.
So it's challenging and it's rewarding.
Yeah, like I say, you go down for your shift and you're not sure if it's going to be one of those shifts where everything goes right and you're just left to do your routine tasks, or no sooner have you taken over the watch, the shift, and 10 minutes later the alarms go off and something's gone wrong and you're like, I should have stayed in bed. But then it's the challenge comes up, the energy kicks in, and you go about the problem solving and getting things sorted out, because we can't call in Quick Fit, we can't call in a plumber. You have to deal with whatever's thrown at you, and it's that side of it is constantly changing, and because it's constantly changing, you're not allowed to be bored. There's just stuff that needs to be done. It's great.
And what did you enjoy most about the job?
I think it's given me so many options over the years. I've done country manager, I've been in charge of competency for a company, I'm instructing now, project managing. There's been so many different aspects that are all been born out of the fact that my foundation was in engineering or marine engineering, and it's just opened doors everywhere so that I can move outside of. I've got some colleagues that I did my initial course with. They're now working in hospitals as maintenance managers, in the power production industry, as far as wind farms and power stations. There's quite a few options you can go into outside of the shipping world.
And final question, where's it taken you around the world?
It hasn't taken me to the Australasia region. That's about the only area I've
everywhere but
places most people will never have heard of. Sakhalin Island, north of Japan. I was stationed there for 15, 16 months as country manager on a rotation, so I had plenty of time off as well. So I had a month in country and a month at home. The same for Angola. Most of Central South America, so Brazil, Belize, Gulf of Mexico. I haven't been to the west coast of the States either. So, yeah, need to figure that one in at some point, because that's clearly something I need to improve on. Most of Europe, large portions of Africa, India only once, very briefly. But yeah, I've been to a lot of places, and I've seen a lot of things and learned a lot of things that have definitely added a wealth of experience to my knowledge, which has been great.
Great.
Okay. So I'd like to thank you for your time if you've got no more questions. For those of you that are watching, we hope that we've given you some background as to what we do and what our chosen career has to offer. And if it's given you pause for thought, feel free to contact Humber Maritime College, and we're happy to discuss any aspects in an open and honest manner to help you make your career making choices. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.